To understand Jamaica, you must understand Rastafari, a movement born out of pain, prophecy, and a people searching for identity in the shadow of slavery and colonial rule. Our story begins in the early 1900s. Jamaica was still under British control, and many Jamaicans, especially the poor and the descendants of enslaved Africans, felt disconnected from their roots. They longed for meaning, for dignity, for a connection to the land their ancestors came from. Then in 1930, the world heard an announcement. Rastafari Makanan, a young Ethiopian nobleman, was crowned Emperor Haile Selassie I, King of Kings, Lord of Lords, conquering Lion of Judah. To many Jamaicans, this was more than a coronation. It was prophecy fulfilled. A black king rising in Africa, the place their ancestors were taken from. One Jamaican especially recognized this moment. Leonard Howell, often called the first Rasta. He preached that Haile Selassie was the promised messianic figure spoken of in the Bible. People were shocked. Some were inspired. But the spark had been lit, and the Rastafarian movement began to grow. Rastafari wasn't just a religion, it was identity. It was resistance. It was a return to African pride when the world denied black dignity. Rastafari culture formed slowly. Dreadlocks, symbolizing strength, natural living, and the Lion of Judah. Idle living, a lifestyle focused on purity, natural foods, and spiritual clarity. Reggae and chanting, used as powerful vehicles of praise and resistance. And at the heart of it all, a deep belief that God, whom Rastafarians call Jah, lives within each person. The branches of Rastafari. As the movement grew, different groups emerged, each with its own traditions, but all rooted in the same foundation. 1. Nyabinghi Order. The oldest branch is the Nyabinghi, named after African queen warriors who fought against colonial forces. Nyabinghi emphasizes purity, discipline, and devotion to Jah. Their gatherings are breathtaking. Long nights of prayer, drumming, chanting, and singing praises. The heartbeat of the drum, the flame of the fire, the vibration of the chants. It's more than music, it's spiritual warfare. A way to cleanse the soul and call down the presence of Jah, Nyabinghi is the foundation of Rastafari culture. 2. The 12 Tribes of Israel. Then came the 12 Tribes, founded by Prophet Gad in 1968. This group brought a more structured, Bible-centered approach to Rastafari. They believe each person belongs to one of the 12 biblical tribes linked to their birth month. They emphasize reading the Bible, from Genesis to Revelation, living upright, and preparing for repatriation to Africa. The 12 tribes are often seen as the most open branch of Rastafari, welcoming people of all backgrounds, races, and cultures. Reggae legends like Bob Marley were part of this group, helping Rastafari reach the world. 3. Bobo Shanti, Bobo Dread. The Bobo Shanti, or Bobo Dread, are known for their distinctive appearance, turbans, long robes, and a lifestyle of strict discipline. They focus heavily on a purity, a priesthood, a prayer, and social justice. Bobo Shanti members live in a highly structured community, follow a priestly order, and emphasize economic independence. Many are artisans, farmers, and small business owners. Their teachings highlight the divinity of Marcus Garvey, Emmanuel Charles Edwards, and Haile Selassie, seen as key figures in black liberation. What Rastafari represents today. From persecution to global influence, Rastafari has grown into a worldwide movement, inspiring music, fashion, spirituality, and culture. But at its heart, Rastafari remains simple. Honor Africa. Live natural and clean. Seek spiritual truth. Stand against oppression. Walk in peace, love, and righteousness. It's more than dreadlocks, more than reggae, more than symbols. It's a way of life built on dignity, identity, and faith. Rastafari was born in Jamaica, but today it belongs to the world.